What's up, Redpill brothers? Urban Redpill, Men First channel where we state from the beginning when I started this is Men First. Red Pill philosophy representing the disruption to gynocracy. I hope you guys were able to check out that last video. That video, for some reason, after I did it, a few days after I did it, it just really inspired me more because I hear a lot about how there are not enough red pill guys or most guys are blue pill, and I was just really glad to kind of bring that argument into that one to give like another perspective on it, to give just another way of looking at things. In reality, you don't need a lot of participants to create a disruption. And that video is the one before this one. Anyone who hasn't checked that out, you can check that out. MGTOW Red Pill represents a disruption to gynocracy. And it motivates me more to be a part of it and to keep this thing going until they do what they can to get me off. Now, today I want to talk about the question of this video. And some of you or most of you have heard about the police officer, the Geiger, situation with the trial and all of that. But I'm not going to get into all of that. YouTube is full of videos with that. The thing that I want to focus more on, and which I really want to do more like with this channel, when everyone is looking at the bigger picture, like the bigger optics of everything, I would like to kind of go after the smaller details and kind of see if we could, have a conversation about this and kind of bring this to the forefront. And what I want to use as an example is, this rhetoric that is constantly pushed, especially in the US, about forgiveness. No matter what, I don't know if it's attached to religion. I don't know if it's attached to social indoctrination. But one thing that I know, and I can remember this even as a little kid, that no matter what, when you see crazy things or people do bad things in the world or people commit things, they're always trying to tell you to forgive. No matter what it is, just forgive. And they kind of teach it in a way where if you do, you're a better person than, let's say, the average person. And I have to push back on that, and I would like to open a conversation or dialogue on this. If you forgive everything, then what is unforgivable? What in life is unforgivable? Example, we'll use the 9/11, the terrorist attack. Yes, I did say the terrorist attack. At what point do you just say, okay, this was intentional, it happened, and do we just say, okay, well, do you just forgive? Now, I know we may have different opinions on this, but what I'm saying is, if you think about it, they're telling people to just forgive, but as you can see, the United States as a military, they didn't. Michael Jordan, we can even go as far as Michael Jordan. His father was murdered. It was a ambush. It was a robbery. They probably figured because that's his son that he had money, and they felt like they were probably able to get something off of him. And in the process of doing that, they murdered him. Now, we all know, Michael Jordan would tell you himself, he would not be what he is or what he was today if it was not for his father. And if you look at the lineage of all the greats, one thing that they all had in common was they all had fathers. All have fathers. That's why LeBron needs help. He's raised by a single mother. All the greats, for somehow, some way, there is a man, a father figure. Even Shaq at least had an authoritative father figure with his stepdad, which was a military guy, that pretty much helped him to be what he is. So the question goes again, what is not forgivable? Family court? I mean, do you forgive an ex-wife who purposely goes into an institution that she knows is on her side and that is against you, and pretty much going there with the intent to demolish you, destroy the family, and have no problem with it? Is that forgivable? Because one thing I do know is the most unforgiving motherfucker in this world is a woman. I mean, what the hell? I know women who held grudges against other chicks since fucking preschool. So if you think about it, look at a woman even in a family court. I mean, what? With a divorce settlement, she wants the fucking toolbox and the motorcycle, and I want the dog while I'm at it. Should she be forgiving? People who are anti-abortion, they look at a fetus as a human. Should they just say, I forgive for the millions and millions of abortions that were done? Now, I don't have a say so in it either way, but what I'm saying is there are people who are very, very strongly about this. I mean, what the hell? A guy a few years ago went and shot up an abortion clinic to show his grievances. And I ask again, okay, what is unforgivable? Unforgivable, excuse me, because you can't have a society where basically no matter what happens, you just forgive everything. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, the country is not even ran that way. What do you think laws are there for? Laws are there because what they're saying is if you do certain things, and they have it all documented, there is a certain consequence for what it is that you do. And it brings me back to wonder, is being forgivable all the freaking time, is that really a construct that is really pushed on men? Because if you think about it, notice the ones they're always asked to just forgive. In other words, they don't want you to be upset. They're scared of your anger that you will go out there and you will inflict harm on people. Because we know women as a gender, they don't forgive for anything. So we know they're not talking to them. Not to mention their women are full of mistakes. I mean, they're children. We all know this. They're children. So of course they're going to make 1,000,001 mistakes before they die. So who is this forgive everything geared to? And if you think about it, I think that it is a doctrine that is really pushed upon men because no one else does this. No one else practices this. The military doesn't do it. If you push certain countries around, they're not going to forgive you for it. They're going to come and they're going to bomb the shit out you. So I just don't, I mean, I'm having a hard time, a really, really hard time digesting this forgive everything rhetoric. I'm having a hard time with it. And I want to really open the dialogue on this. I mean, Robin Williams is talked about a lot in the Redpill community. He made it clear the reason that why he committed suicide. He made it clear what was all behind this. And it led to a bunch of vindictive, greedy ex-wives, right? Should his family, who, they were probably very close. Maybe Robin Williams did a lot to change their lives. I don't know. But if the family goes after his ex-wives as in a rage and angry rage and displaying anger towards them, who are us to say like, well, they should just forgive? You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if I can get on board with that. And even if you could see with the case that I was just bringing up earlier, everyone is championing the guy who forgave the female who killed his brother. Everybody is championing him because of his willing to forgive. Now, I do understand that everybody deals with things differently. I do understand that some people need to forgive in order to move on. But there are some people, as to myself, that I am quite fine with having a certain line, a certain standards of things that are not forgivable. And I'm fine. Like, what is people going to say? They're going to tell you, oh, you can't walk around carrying a chip on your shoulder. Well, as a man, I've been carrying the burden of society on my shoulder since I was fucking born. What the fuck is a chip? You know what I mean? So I just don't understand this thing that is pushed, and I'm getting a spidey sense that the willing to forgive all the freaking time, or need no matter what. They don't give a fuck if it's murder, if someone freaking, think what if you were homeless, you met a stray dog. This stray dog, because of his companionship to you and because of his caring for you and his nurturing spirit towards you, let's just say that that dog was one of the main reasons that helped you catapult yourself out of homelessness and into prosperity. And someone, your neighbor, out of, you catch him on the camera out of hate or whatever, just shoots and kills that dog. Should you just forgive it? A lot of things that people do happen to people that are very, very influential parts to their lives. A lot of times that they would not be in certain places in their lives if it wasn't for these people. And what I'm saying is, it's not like I have a problem with forgiving. We can use a football analogy. If I'm a quarterback and my offensive lineman accidentally falls on my ankle, of course I will forgive him. I forgive accidents. But if a player intentionally tries to injure me or to ruin my health, should that be forgivable? Car accidents. Sure, if someone hits me, I'll forgive them. Well, unless it's a Lamborghini Aventador, your ass is grass if that happens. But outside of that, yes, I will forgive a car accident. But what I'm saying is, why is it that society pushes on men that they have to forgive every fucking thing? If someone asks me, okay, what about feminism? That's like them telling the Redpill community, okay, the meat is on the floor. Just forgive them. Should I forgive them? Fuck no. I'm going to ride these bitches to dust. As long as I got a platform and I'm able to see what the fuck that they're doing and see what the terror that they're committing on to society, I'm going to ground these whores to ash any minute that I get. And I'm not letting up. Unless there's some major, major, major repeals, major changes in legislations, a lot of wounds healed with ointment, band-aids, and on top of that, some type of pathway to recovery, then you may get me out of bed. But until then, I'm going to keep my foot on the gas and I'm going to keep my foot on these whores' neck every chance that I get. Am I wrong for that? I don't think I am. At some point, men have to draw lines here. What line do you have? Everybody keeps crossing the fucking line. Then when they cross the line, they're telling you, hey, you need to be the better person. And you need to forgive. Everything. So what? This woman jumped off the balcony with your son and killed both of them because she lost custody. And this is a true story, by the way. She should be forgiven, even though she killed your son. These are the things, I just, maybe I'm reaching here, but out of that whole fiasco, this is something that I was hearing constantly said was about the family and the brother's willingness to forgive a person who murdered their brother, which is fine if that's what helps him recover. He can do whatever he wants to do. But what I'm saying is, it's the conversations that they're having after that. They're saying, basically, the person who forgives is held to a higher virtue or a higher standard than the one that says, well, you know what? In this incident here, I'm not forgiving. I'm not going to forgive that. Is a man wrong who goes to prison for 30, 35 years? Remember, these are all true stories here. 30, 35 years in prison for a fake rape allegation, right? He should get out. Let's assume if he's 20 and he's out at 55. Most of his prime years and prime earning years as a man has pretty much been stripped from him. And it's like society looks at him to forgive the fucking person who lied on him and who had his life pretty much destroyed. And is that forgivable? Someone who lies on you, and remember, as we speak right now, day by day, that we continue to live our lives, there is some man in this country that is getting sentenced and put in prison for a fake allegation, whether rape, sexual assault, anything. It does not even matter. And the end of the day, you have a society that's telling them, only the men only, that whatever problem or whoever destroyed their lives, that they should be forgiven. I say fuck that. We have to, a line has to be drawn somewhere. That is just my opinion on it. I mean, I know some people may think a little differently. I was just thinking, I wanted to make this video and kind of open up some dialogue on this forgiveness, farce. Because that's what it is to me. Everybody, just forgive. Forgive all the freaking time. And like I said, if there's no boundaries, if there's no consequences to certain things that you do, just open the levees. Everyone is going to come in. Everyone is going to cross the line. Think about it. The country doesn't do it. The law is geared so there is no forgiveness. A matter of fact, there is a lot of rules and regulations and boundaries that they set forth. The military does not agree with it. All right. No one does anything when females go into family court, and totally much destroy people's lives, including their children. And the world is told you just have to act like this never happened and forgive. I believe this, champion of forgiveness on everything is really geared towards getting men to just let a lot of things go. Because if you think about, look at the talking points that they always tell us. Oh, just get over it. Move on with your life. Forget about it. It's always something where they don't want you to get upset. They don't want you to have a problem with you getting fucked over. And they want you to just go ahead and move past it and just forgive it. Forgive it. All for the virtue of you being the better person by not getting upset for somebody else who's fucked you over. I'm sorry for the rant, fellas. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I mean, the comment section, I would love to know what you guys think of forgiveness. Like, what is forgivable and what is not? Should there be a forgivable, a line drawn between forgiveness or not? Does everything have to be forgiven? If you love your mother or your father and they've been a major part of your life, and someone just comes in and murders them for a PlayStation, don't you think you have the right to decide if you want to forgive that person or not? Without society jumping down your neck telling you, listen, man, don't get angry. Don't get angry. Sit down, shut up, and just fucking forgive. So what, your father's murdered? So what, your mother was murdered? Just forgive. Like, in other words, to suppress your anger and let you focus on other things. I don't know. I really don't know. You guys like the video? I will be checking the comments below. And once again, men first. We on the top of the food chain. MGTOW, Redpill. We're representing a disruption. We don't have to be the majority. We can be a very, very, very influential, a very, very powerful, small minority, and just enough to create a disruption and destroy all of this shit. As you can see, industries are falling. One commenter mentioned in the comment section about the Toys R Us going bankrupt. We already know, but I don't know. There's a question mark on that. I believe a lot of people are really moving towards online shopping, and that really hurt Toys R Us. But I don't know. I mean, he may have a point, he may not, but I think that there's a little more to that. But what I do know is jewelry stores, certain industry, bridal stores, all those things, those places are going out of business, meaning that there's no one there. And we know women are not paying for none of these things. When's the last time you seen a woman buy herself a diamond bracelet? Those purchases were traditionally all men bought. So those industries are really collapsing, and absolutely, with all those blue pillars out there, if you think about it, it's still not enough for them to sustain these industries. So yes, the red pill is working, and I truly believe that the red pill will be a disruption, if not already in the making of industries. You guys take it easy, like the video, and take care.